And welcome back. We are almost done with the show, but we wouldn't let you go without letting you know what's keeping us sane or what we're feeling petty about this week. It is a segment we call Sanity Petty. Julissa, why don't you kick us off? Are you feeling petty or do you have something to keep you sane this week?
I have something to keep me sane. Two things. They're sort of a combo for me lately. And the two things are coffee and makeup. So, because I haven't been sleeping very well and I have felt kind of sluggish in the mornings. And then because I feel sluggish, it makes it easy to then just like be in my pajamas or like loungewear, the whole day. Then I just don't feel as productive. I just feel like if I'm sitting on my couch reading something, even if it's reading I'm doing for work, it just doesn't feel the same. So this week I've been trying this new strategy where like I wake up and I do my makeup. Like I wake up as though like I have somewhere to go, and I do my makeup. I put on at least a cute sweater or something, and then have my cup of coffee, even if it's going to give me a little heartburn, because let's just be honest, like probably water will give me heartburn at this point. So I'm like, might as well be coffee. And so those two things, just like putting makeup on in the morning, like a nice shade of lipstick, and then like that smell when you're making your coffee, when it's just coming out and it's like, it smells so delicious. And that first sip that you take is just like heaven in your mouth. It's just the most amazing thing. So like coffee and makeup, thank you, because you have made me happier this week and more productive. Like I actually have gotten more work done the days that I've worn makeup and had my coffee in the morning. So thank you to people who invented this beautiful things called makeup and coffee.
I love that. Also, if you know the old wives' tale, quote unquote, that about heartburn and pregnancy.
No, what is it?
It means that your baby's going to be born with a lot of hair.
Huh.
Yeah. And it's true.
I mean, I have
true.
a lot of hair, so possibly yes.
She's just gonna come out with like a pompadour, like she's gonna have like a fall. Yeah, I had like pretty bad heartburn at the very end, and she came out with like a fair amount of hair. So yeah, but once you have her, it'll be gone. You'll be able to just enjoy your coffee without the heartburn. So
yeah, sometimes I take like a preventative Pepcid. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have coffee today. I'm gonna pop a little pill in the morning before I have my coffee.
Amazing. I will go next. I have something that is a sanity corner because I feel like right now I should post like the picture of Marie Kondo going, I love mess. I love messes that when I don't have like any skin in the game, or I like don't really know enough about both sides to really fall on one side or the other. But the Andrea Riseborough Oscar nomination controversy, I can't get enough of it. So for those of you who are not following along or whatever, the Oscar nominations came out a couple weeks ago. And on the list was Andrea Riseborough, who is a very talented and accomplished actress. But she was nominated for a movie called To Leslie, which like nobody saw. You know who wasn't nominated was, I think it grossed like $23,000 domestically. Like literally nobody saw To Leslie. Who wasn't nominated was Viola Davis for her role in The Woman King. And she had been nominated for all of the major awards before. So the narrative is that Andrea Riseborough's surprise Oscar nomination knocked Viola Davis out of the nominees list. So there's a couple things going on here. To Leslie was this little indie film, and at the very like last minute, couple weeks before nominations were like votes were going to be tallied, the director's wife like emailed all of her famous friends and was like, please vote for Andrea Riseborough for this movie. Please vote for her. So people started like all of a sudden tweeting about it. Like Gwyneth Paltrow, is there anything that she won't tweet about if you email her nicely? She was like, yay, Rick Caruso. She was like one of those people. And it's like, Gwyneth, stop tweeting things out because your friends asked you a favor. Stop doing it. It doesn't look good.
Just keep it goopy.
Keep it goofy. But so here's how this whole thing looked. And a lot of the people tweeting this stuff out, Edward Norton, a lot of the people were kind of like white Brentwood types.
100% Brentwood types.
Yeah, the like Brentwood moms coffee clutch sort of. And for Brentwood is like a super wealthy area that a lot of like Hollywood people live in. So, you know, we have like this kind of ground, like grassroots level campaign to like get Andrea Riseborough her Oscar nomination. And it's all like very, very like white, rich lady type optics, right? And it knocked off Viola Davis, who had a major studio behind the film that she was in. But still, like, the film is like, it has like basically a largely black cast. Like almost all of the main characters are black. It is, I think it was shot in Africa. It is like really like for an award show that has battled with the idea that it is extremely white. This is like the worst possible like PR disaster that it possibly could have had. So anyway, the Academy reviewed Andrea Riseborough's Oscar nomination, and they were thinking about disqualifying her because of the way that the grassroots campaign went. There are really strict rules about how people are allowed to campaign for Oscars, but they ultimately decided not to disqualify her. I didn't see The Woman King. I didn't see To Leslie. Not for any reason. I like have been excited to see The Woman King, just haven't gotten around to it. I haven't seen most of the Oscar movies. I cannot get enough of this story. Every single time there's a headline about it, I'm like, click, click, click. I need to read about this story. It is like so fascinating, and it's such a like cauldron of like entertainment industry bullshit that very rarely like bubbles up enough that people get a sense of it. Like Oscar campaigning, like the way that people are like, can you please do me a favor and vote for my friend? It's like I can't get enough of it. So that's what's keeping me sane this week. I don't know if I'm even going to watch the Oscars, to be perfectly frank. I will tune in for the Hair and Makeup Award only because of our friend Camille Friend. But other than that, I don't really care. So, yeah, I can't get enough of it, and I can't explain why. And that's what's keeping me sane.
Can I tell you that two good friends of mine are the executive producers of To Leslie?
Congratulations to them.
I think, like...
And I have to say, I was really excited about the nomination because I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited for my friends who, like, worked on this indie film, you know, who like made it happen. And I have seen it, and it is really good, and she is really good in it. Yeah, I just thought I would disclose that.
Are you on the Brentwood Mommies email list? Did you get the email from the director?
I did not get an email asking me to tweet about it. My friends, the executive producers on it, did not ask me to do anything for it. Yeah, so, but
that's
I thought
another
you would
thing
like that.
too. I mean, that's super fascinating, but that's another thing too. It was this little indie movie. And so like the people that were pulling for Andrea Riseborough to win, I think in some of their minds, they didn't think it all the way through. They didn't think of like, oh wait, how is this going to look holistically speaking? When they were like, we're just going to make this little indie movie win. Like,
yeah, a little
yay,
underdog.
Like, yeah.
Or like supported. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot going on, and I can't get enough of the controversy.
I have to say, I feel like Viola Davis is fine. Like she has an Oscar. She has 4 nominations. If you watch her Architectural Digest tour, it is the fanciest house I've ever seen. I feel like if we asked her, she has like
the Arc Digest was real.
It's insane. I bet she's okay. And like she's like, I don't know, it's kind of condescending, all these like random people on Twitter feeling sorry for her, when I bet she has a table in her house that used to be in like Yves Saint Laurent's original atelier.
What?
Whoa.
She has an insane house.
Oh God!
Damn, I'm gonna have to go look this up.
Yeah,
this
it's better than
my
an Oscar
sanity corner
nomination
for the day.
Dana, are you Sanity Corner or I Feel Petty?
Yeah, let's Sanity Corner. That'll seg exactly into it. I'm obsessed with watching Architectural Digest tours of celebrities' houses. I love it. I watch them with my husband. We put them up on the TV, and we just like, we judge rich people's houses.
But Dina, haven't you read that like when someone right after they have their Arc Digest profile that they usually
do
get
it
divorced?
to sell? Yeah, they get divorced, and they're always trying to sell the houses because they're like showing them off. And I love pretending that I'm going to be able to buy these $15 million homes. It's like, it's fun
this
for
like,
me.
I've never seen one. Is this like MTV Cribs 2.0?
It's Cribs if they also had to pretend to
But
know
classier.
the painters that they have around their houses. It's pretty funny. I like to guess like who actually lives in this house and who just staged it to sell it. I judge them on their taste. Michael Imperioli has an insane apartment. You should all watch that one.
Oh, really?
I've seen parts of it. It has like golden floor to ceiling curtains instead of a closet door.
His wife is a set designer, and she went hog wild on this apartment. Kirsten Dunst has a really great house, and you're like, wow.
Her house is beautiful.
Kiki's doing well.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dakota Johnson is one of my favorites.
Dakota Johnson's is like the one that I've watched, and I'm sort of like, do I need to watch anymore? This house is like perfect, and I love her whole vibe. Like
Viola Davis is one. You got to watch that one.
Viola Davis has just like the most extravagant house. Gwyneth Paltrow has a spa in her house.
I'm sure.
Not surprised.
She has a full
I bet
spa.
she wrote it off.
Yeah.
I bet she wrote it off as a business expense.
Yeah.
she could.
That's my favorite thing to do. Write off things as business expenses.
Sanity Corner, in addition to
I
coffee and makeup.
love watching these. They bring my blood pressure down. I both get to like live vicariously and also pass judgment. It's my favorite thing in the world.
Alyssa, do you want to bring us home? Sanity Corner or I Feel Petty?
I'm petty, guys. I'm feeling petty. I don't know. I mean, but I don't think I'm wrong, you know? Watching meteorologists talk about the weather when the weather's fucked up and they're like not pretending it's fucked up. Like I can't listen to my upstate New York people being like, another gorgeous day. It's not fucking gorgeous. It is 50 degrees in January. The ticks are going to take over the countryside if it doesn't get cold and they don't freeze to death. We're going to have utter defoliation if the gypsy moth eggs aren't killed also by being frozen to death. I can't take it. This is the first time in the history of recorded weather that my area has not gotten below 30 degrees in January. In New York City has had no measurable snow since last March. And I appreciate if you don't like the cold, but I need you to shut the fuck up because it's not normal and everything's about climate change. And you're giving people this idea that it's like good that the climate is changing and it's not. So you need to stop. If the weather's going to be really warm in the middle of the winter and it has been warm the entire time, I need you to caveat with how abnormal it is and how it is not good for us. And that is how I feel. It's how I feel. Because I love the weather. You know me. I love the weather.
Yeah, I mean.
And now I can't watch it because they're all, they've gotten dumb.
I feel like upstate New York weather is sort of like the big show of being a meteorologist. Like Chicago, like places.
You call it weather.
Yeah, right. And like
what's
in
the
LA,
what?
It's like
We
the
got
minor
weather
leagues.
coming.
Yeah, in LA, it's like the minor leagues. Like and people are like, nah, sunny and 72. I think lows in the 50s.
Well, it's kind of like exactly. No, it's exactly. And I just like it. It would be one thing if it had been normal and we had a warm streak. I enjoy it. Be funny. Put your shorts on to deliver the weather. I don't give a shit. But this is reaching a critical point of fucked upness in the weather pattern, and I can't have it being celebrated.
Yeah, I think they should remove heating and cooling from the places where they shoot the weather report, just so the meteorologists have to be more honest about the way the temperature feels.
I have to shout out my favorite weather lady though, Alyssa, spelled correctly, Carafreeze up in Albany. She gets it. I can only watch her weather exclusively now because she treats it properly.
Oh man. Okay.
So see, there's petty. That's petty.